Fireworks. Anthony Marvin, Matt Galko in the front row as they are able to storm and stampede off the corner. Anthony Marvin beats everybody into the second turn.
Marvin gets the jump.
Trouble in turn one.
Several cars get together.
Found into turn number 3, and we hope to have longer lasting results than we did earlier.
One more time, they wind it off of turn number 4. Marvin again gets a good jump with McDougal glued to his rear bumper. This time Barry's able to hang tight off of turn number 2 up on the outside.
Charlie McDougal, his mom, used to race at Thompson Speedway, and he tries to move into second underneath Barry. Nicole Thibault is up to her old tricks in car number 56, trying to move into the top 3.
Down the backstretch they go. She works that bottom lane. What a dive bomb move. Barry gets sideways.
As they diesel their way off the corner, Anthony Marvin looks good.
Yeah, gets a good jump once again. This time McDougal is the outside pole sitter and falls back just a little bit. And here comes Nicole Thibault down on the inside up into the number 2 spot as Wayne Burrows tries to follow her through down on the inside.
And Thibault is able to get into second. Let's look at Wayne Burrows, one of the veterans of this division, as he is clawing with McDougal for the number 3 position. And now losing a little momentum is Wayne.
Whoa! Nicole Thibault gets sideways, and what a job she does saving it without getting collected up. But unfortunately,
well, she was lucky to make it to the tundra. He is getting a little itchy on the trigger finger, but here he comes like lava out of a volcano, and Bloxham is right there with him.
Bloxham with a good run up on the outside, edges out off of turn number 2, takes over the lead down into 3. Burrows and Caddick racing side by side off of 4. Caddick up on the outside. Burrows has the advantage there.
And Burrows is able to get by the 27. Also moving up, John O'Sullivan now has invaded the top 5. Your pace setter is Robert Bloxham, but a guy to keep an eye on, John O'Sullivan. He has 2 wins this year in the Legends. This is his first appearance in the SK Lights.
Yeah, John's been running at Thompson in the SK Light in the Donovan machine, and they were able to put this together to come play here at Waterford. Not too bad already, sitting 5th with 6 laps down.
Leading the next group of cars, Victoria Bergeni, but she was pressured by Sammy Anderson. So 3 women drivers in the field, Anderson, Bergeni, and Nicole Morgillo. And Nicole, she is 13th out of 14 cars.
Trouble on the front stretch. One car doing the slide for life down to the infield grass. Is going to come to a halt there at the middle of turns 1 and 2, and we are back under yellow.
What I announce. So Ronnie Wyckoff, a great guy. We will miss him, and our condolences go out to his family.
One more time, they wind it up. Wayne Burrows takes a look to the inside of Anthony Marvin, takes away that second spot while Bob Bloxham sets the pace, and they're going to call this one back for a time. Bob Bloxham and Anthony Marvin at the top of the field, ready to have at it one more time. As they get ready, they hit the throttle. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Marvin hanging tight up on the outside as they hit turn 1. Bloxham sets the pace off into Burrows to the inside of Marvin.
And it is Marvin who maintains his grip on second. Getting hammered from behind was Burrows. I think O'Sullivan administered the blow in car number 51. But it is Bloxham and Marvin trying to catch him. And Marvin has some Tabasco as they go into turn 3.
And Corey Caddick works that outside lane, stays with Burrows and O'Sullivan in that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as they head down into turn number 1. Bloxham continues to set the pace. Marvin and Burrows battling for that 2nd and 3rd spot.
As Bloxham leading by a loaf of bread over Marvin. Trying to poke his nose in there is Wayne Burrows as he rumbles, trying to get underneath the 07 of Marvin. In 4th is John O'Sullivan, so he is off to a flying start. And then it is Corey Caddick rounding out our top 5.
Anthony Marvin got all sorts of crossed up in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Lost the spot as O'Sullivan got by. Caddick could not take advantage, and as they come through the corner, up on the outside, comes the 21 of McDougal, it appears.
Victoria Bergeni trying to get underneath Sammy Anderson. And Anderson holding tough on the outside. And now Anderson attacking Corey Caddick. So Sammy having an enjoyable run here at the bowl.
Yeah, Sammy up into the 6th position, putting heavy pressure on Corey Caddick down into turn number 3 as they run nose to tail there. Little tap of the bumper up front. Wayne Burrows is closed up on the back bumper. Bob blocks him. And the caution flag is all we got.
With Burrows next door. And we have turned up the intensity. Here comes Bloxham in a hurry. Now John O'Sullivan, he is a factor as he gives a little tap to the back bumper of the Bloxham car. Burrows going to work on the outside.
Burrows throws it in hard and deep down into 3, but not hard enough as Bloxham able to take that top spot back as they head down. Nose to tail. Caddick is right there in 4th, and Anderson has worked herself up into the 6th, has fallen back just a little bit as Chapman has moved himself up into the top 5.
And Caddick is holding off Jason Chapman. So Chapman in the 44, this is only his 2nd SK Light race in his career. Bloxham still the trailblazer at the front of the field. Monogrammed to the back of his fire suit is Wayne Burrows. Sullivan rounding out our top 3. A little deeper in the field, we see Victoria Bergeni now in front of Sammy Anderson. So those 2 female drivers are having their own war. Trouble in turn 4.
1 car around, and in this Bubby Brower 49-lap memorial. Bob Bloxham and Wayne Burrows one more time go through the gearboxes and come up to speed as they roll down into turn number 1. Not going to be a good one.
So it was kind of a family tradition. Now the SK Lights have turned into a family tradition.
This time it's a good start. Green flag unfurls. Bloxham with a good run into 1 and 2. O'Sullivan looks to the inside of Burrows down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4 they go, and they are stacked up side by side.
And O'Sullivan looking to crowbar his way underneath Burrows. He takes another shot off turn 1, and Burrows is equal to the challenge. Here he comes against Bloxham. He was almost leaning on the spoiler of that number 55 car. So Bloxham's lead is in jeopardy.
Corey Caddick having a good run up on the outside. Caution. We got 1 car around over in turn number 4. We're back under yellow.
So it was Mark Panarone to get the win. And right now, let's see what Bloxham can do under the surveillance of Wayne Burrows.
And Burrows gets a heck of a jump on the outside. Bloxham battling back down low as they come off of turn number 2. Burrows with the advantage, takes over the lead down into turn number 3.
As he is able to blast his way into the lead, Bloxham sitting in his lap, and now Burrows pulls away from Bloxham, making a move on the outside is John O'Sullivan, and O'Sullivan rampages into the top 3.
Yeah, Corey Caddick working that top lane as Bloxham got a little bit crossed up. O'Sullivan back down on the inside there as they hit turns 1 and 2 down the back stretch. O'Sullivan down low in that black number 51. Trouble for the 27 of Caddick as he spins that car down the infield. 2 cars get together, 1 up in the wall, up in 4. The 56 of Nicole Tebow.
Boy, Nicole
gets
Tebow
caught up in that one.
A gruesome day.
And that is the trying it one more time as they wind it up off of 4. Burrows gets a good jump, but O'Sullivan hangs right with them down into turn number 1. As they come down the backstretch, the battle is for the number 2 spot. Bloxham on the outside. O'Sullivan down low. Burrows sets the pace off of 4, completing lap number 24.
It took about 2 turns for Bloxham to get going. Didn't have the greatest restart, but he is more than made up for it as he is able to lightning bolt his way into the number 2 spot.
Black flag.
Pusher their way into the corner with Burrows leading. It is O'Sullivan in third and Jason Chapman holding his own into the top 4 with Tyler Berry behind him.
Black flag out for Alan Gumbos for that smoke coming out from behind that machine. That's going to end his night prematurely.
Well, he was living on borrowed time anyway, I think, after that early accident. It is still Burrows. He is the sharpest knife in the drawer right now. And a good effort by Tyler Berry. Remember, he started in the front row, backed off. We have a bid for second. It is O'Sullivan. He is trying to slash his way underneath Bloxham.
Yeah, good trying to get that run down on the inside. He tried it several laps ago on the restart, but has been unable to make that challenge. And while he does that, Jason Chapman takes a look to the outside. Tyler Berry right behind him in a battle for that 3rd spot.
And Jason Chapman in the Chapman Apartment Homes, number 44, getting a visit from Berry. And also moving in, Sammy Anderson. She refuses to die.
Yeah, Sammy seems to be
getting behind her.
Sammy seems to be getting quicker and quicker as the race goes on. John O'Sullivan just put his fastest lap down on this 3/8 mile oval. So as they get more comfortable, more laps, the faster they seem to be going.
Sammy's dad, Bill Anderson, had a great career here at the Speed Bowl. The closest battle for 2nd and 3rd. Bloxham. He knows that Sullivan is camped out on his back bumper. Then it is Jason Chapman, followed by Berry and Anderson. Victoria Brigetti trying to move up, but the sparks are flying for 2nd and 3rd.
Off the corner they come, and O'Sullivan has not been able to make another move on Bloxham. As he takes a look up top, just a little bit off of 2, but down the backstretch he settles it in. Jason Chapman sits 4th, trying to close in that gap with Tyler Berry and Sammy Anderson right behind him. Once again, O'Sullivan to the inside, Bloxham again shuts the door.
And Bloxham doing a good job protecting his 2nd place turf. We'll see if O'Sullivan, a little Woody Woodpecker action at the back bumper that time. We have a battle a little deeper in the field as under attack is Berry, and trying to wing around him, Sam Anderson. Brigetti is also in the neighborhood. So a pretty interesting battle. And Tyler Berry, he is coming of age in that number 12 car.
Yeah, slid by Chapman to move up into 4th now and trying to close in on the top 3. And that battle for 2nd between O'Sullivan and Bloxham. 12 laps remaining this time by, and it is all Wayne Burrows at the top of the leaderboard, but the battle for 2nd continues to be hot and heavy as O'Sullivan closes right up on the back bumper of Bloxham down the back stretch.
And O'Sullivan has tried everything except to go underneath Bloxham. None of it's worked. Perry, Tyler Berry has picked up some steam. Then it is Chapman, but the intensity of that 2nd place duel between Bloxham and O'Sullivan continues, and O'Sullivan has just run out of things to do.
Berry continues to get faster and faster as this race goes on. The last 3 laps, he has put 3 of his fastest laps of the race down.
Boy, his dad will be very proud of the way Tyler Berry has run here. He wasn't strong in the beginning, but he is strong now when it counts. O'Sullivan, he is like a cobra, poised to strike against Bloxham, but once again, he's having a difficult time pulling the trigger. And then it is Chapman and Anderson. Corey Caddick has come back from the weeds to be in the top tier of the field.
7 laps remain.
Closing in. So Caddick against Anderson.
7 laps remain that time by, and O'Sullivan again takes another look to the 55 of Bloxham. Takes a look to the outside, settles it in. Trouble for Chapman as Sammy Anderson slides by.
And the man with the best ride is Wayne Burrows, as he is leading by about the length of the Hoover Dam over the combination of Bloxham and O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan got a little piece of the back bumper, but that did not slow down the progress of Robert Bloxham.
No, it did not, and he is doing a great job holding on to that second spot. O'Sullivan all over the back bumper, but with 4 laps to go, he's got to start wondering.
Look at Berry move in.
Yeah, he
is the quickest, he is the brightest bulb at the chandelier, and there's less than 4 laps to go, but Berry, he could move as high as second place if he keeps up this pace.
3 laps remaining, that time across the stripe, and he is closed within 3 car lengths of that battle for second. O'Sullivan pushing hard on Bloxham down through 3 and 4. 2 to go this time across the stripe, and Bloxham continues to hold on a second while Burrows is checked out from the grid.
As Bloxham has worked hard to protect second, O'Sullivan has done everything he knows.
Whoa! O'Sullivan and Bloxham made contact, and all of a sudden Barry is right there on the last lap.
We told you he had a chance to finish second, but he loses a little momentum. The checkered flag comes out. The Bubby Brower Memorial winner, Wayne Burrows. Well, there was chaos behind him, but nothing but clear sailing in front of him. Burrows.
Extra distance race in memory of Bubby. I mean, he was a staple down here, great guy, lived for this place, and to win a race in his honor is absolutely awesome. I haven't had good luck in these races before, these extra distance ones in the mods. Didn't do too well in the last Bubby Brower one, but I'm glad that we came out here and dominated this one tonight.
You did, you were able to pull away, but you did have a pretty big battle with Robert Bloxham in the early laps of this race.
Yeah, he was running a good line. It was tough to get by him. I didn't want to beat up the car. I knew we had a long way to go. And then that last restart we had there, we got a really good jump on him. I knew that was my chance to put him away right there, so we just did, and then we just kind of set sail.
Some people that backed the number 32 that you need to thank.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to thank my car owner, Tom. He put in a lot of work this week. Car was a little banged up from the last race. I was very busy. I didn't make it out to the shop much. He got this thing race ready, set this thing up today. This thing was on rails. I got to thank my dad, my cousin Mike, my sister Clarissa, my spotter Glenn for getting me through all those messes in traffic. Got to thank my wife. Tonight's the first night she made it out this year, her and my son. So we get to go to Victory Lane.